Ian Hindle joins me alongside her best friend, Dr Siobhan Ferguson. So good to see both of you. Thank you for talking to us, because this is still very raw. I mean, it was January.
Really raw. Yeah.
And it happened so very, very quickly.
Yeah, she did 2 walks for children in need for North West Tonight towards the end of November, and they're 20-mile walks. She felt sort of poorly then. She'd had some problems with the tummy, but nothing that you would say, you know, she's got to go to hospital or anything like that. Following week, she went to see her GP, had a scan later that week. And then shortly after that, he referred her to a gynaecologist, but that wouldn't have been until the end of December. But in the interim, she got so poorly that by the 11th of December, I took her into A&E, and that's when it all started.
God, that's horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So when did you get the diagnosis then?
The diagnosis came on New Year's Eve.
Oh, jeez.
So, but luckily, Siobhan was with us at the time, because obviously it was such a shock to both of us.
Of course.
So thank God that Siobhan was there and I could actually give us some, you know, or take in what was going on, because I couldn't.
No, of course you can't. Of course you can't. The world stops, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, absolutely.
The colour just drains out of the
Yeah, completely. I was already in a state of, you know, because it had been going on for so long, and she'd been getting steadily worse. And
she was a stoic, wasn't she? She was a stoic person. She wasn't somebody that would have complained.
Not at all.
You know, that's the thing. She would have just got on with it.
She got on with everything. That was Dianne to a T. She never complained about anything. You know, what you saw was what you get with her. She was, she was just loved being at the outdoors, loved walking the dogs. You know, was a real family person. And
Siobhan, you were really good pals. You bonded when you both had your babies, so you know you got together then, and that's an amazing way to start a friendship. Very, very difficult for you as well, but at the same time, you were able to give information and help.
Yeah,
in a very practical way.
Well, it was a really horrible moment.
I'd
only just I hadn't seen Dianne for a few weeks then. Was visiting. Was already shocked by the change in her, and then the consultant was there giving that news. And you're right. You said time stops. That's exactly what happened. And then the impact hits, and I could see immediately how upset, obviously, Dianne and Ian were, and I've got to confess, I just slipped into doctor mode at that point. It was almost a safer place for me to be emotionally, and I just focused on, OK, so stage 3 cancer, that means chemotherapy, it means she was in for a really tough ride, I knew that already, and I just wanted to think about how to explain that to Dianne and Ian and take it from there. And Dianne was really up for the fight. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
She was a real pragmatist, and once she'd got her head around it, which she did very quickly, she said, right, when am I starting chemotherapy? Let's get on with it. So she was really ready for the battle, but
she didn't have the chance.
No.
It was so fast.
No, it was so fast. She just went rapidly downhill, didn't she? By the time she got to the Christie, it was too late, really. So by the Monday, which was only a few days before she died, you know, she was... they'd said she had too many complications, unfortunately. So it was, it was horrific. It was just absolutely awful.
I think it's fantastic that you're talking about it and remembering her in a very, very special way, because the charity's been set up in her name. And already, I mean, I hope this helps you a little bit, because such affection for her, you know, huge affection.
I know, the massive. After she died, I mean, I've received hundreds and hundreds of cards from people who didn't really know her, but I'd obviously seen her on their TV, and the money started to roll in, and that's when I thought, well, maybe a charity would be the right thing to do, to sort of harness that, you know, that goodwill and emotion from people.
No, it makes perfect sense, and she would have loved that.
Oh yeah, she would.
Absolutely.
She wouldn't have believed it. I have to say, she would not.
Really?
Oh, Dianne didn't have She was so not starry, or so just didn't really care. It was like, you know, she just went to do her job.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. As far as symptoms go, this is the trouble with ovarian cancer, isn't it? What should women be looking out for?
Yes, because ideally we would screen for a disease like this, but there is no adequate screening test yet. So we're relying on women to come to the GP with their symptoms, but unfortunately, again, the symptoms aren't particularly dramatic. There's no abnormal, well, there's normally not any abnormal bleeding, no lumps or bumps. The symptoms really are quite grumbling, quite nondescript. So the key ones are bloating, abdominal bloating. That doesn't come and go with eating. It's there more or less all of the time. Discomfort or pain in the abdomen or the pelvis is another one. Another one is feeling full more quickly when you're eating. So eating a meal, you can't quite eat as much as you normally would, or you just can't face the plate that's in front of you when you normally would. And the last one really is changing toilet habits. So either weeing more or having to rush to the toilet to wee, or difference in bowel habit that's new for you.
So if all of these are even one of them, it's so worth getting checked out right away.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
It really is.
So bad at that, aren't we?
Well, we are, because Dianne was like a lot of women, very busy. She had a lot going on.
Of course, yeah.
Women affected, they might be still working. They might have kids. They might have elderly parents. They're spinning a lot of plates, and they'll just put off going to the doctor.
And I know she would be exactly the same. She'd put herself at the bottom of a long list, you know, after you and the children and all of that. How are the kids doing? Are they okay?
They're doing okay. They go to a charity called Once Upon a Smile, and I'd have to thank Kelly and Sandra, who have been looking after us there, and that's been really good. And they've sort of had a few sessions there and play therapy. So hopefully that, you know, down the line they'll sort of learn to come to understand and accept it, you know.
And what a legacy from their mum.
Oh, I know,
especially as it goes on, you know, because I know that you're going to be raising lots more money in her name, and there's going to be, you know, there's loads and loads of things planned, which is remarkable. You need to keep in touch with us for that.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And,
we just want to raise awareness,
of course,
for women, and also for the men in the families in their lives, you know, to sort of, if they spot anything, that they can sort of say, perhaps you should go and visit your GP, you know, so.
That makes perfect sense. It really does. And we'll put lots of information in our website, as we always do, because it's really, really important.
Yeah.
And she was great. She's just a fantastic girl. You know?
She was. She was brilliant.
It's so cool.
Well, it's I miss her so much. It's hard to sort of, you know.
I bet it still hasn't really sunk in.
It hasn't at all.
It's too soon. No. But thank you for doing this,
and
for all the work that you're doing in her name. It's remarkable. Please keep in touch and come and see us.
We will do. Thank you.
Thank you.